Zeva, happy birthday, Mazel Tov. Hope you have the best time.
Zeva, I'm not going to make fun of you on this video, but I just want to tell you that you should have a great bas mitzvah, and that's it.
Being that I do all the talking later, I'll pass now.
Zeva, we love you. If I kiss you, you'll have a big red mark right there. But I have to say we love you. We're very proud of you. Aliza?
I hope you have a good night.
One more time. Again? What?
Yeah.
Look at the man. Look at the man.
Please, I love you.
Good.
I hope you have
Yeah.
sweet news.
Very nice.
Thank you, Mommy and Daddy, for all your planning, and thank you, Gabrielle and Azia and Aliza, for saying everything that you did. Mazel Tov to everybody.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, me.
Mazel Tov, dear children, Alex, Judy, Via, and Ziva. We're happy to be here in your simcha.
You tell me when. Yeah. Dear Judy and Alex and Zivala, Mazel Tov, we wish you much nachas, and we are very happy to see nachas by you. With all your dear grandchildren, we are very happy together. From all the children. Mazel Tov and thank you.
Mazel Tov, Zivala. If I would have known that I have to speak, I would make a long speech. But I really don't know what to tell you. So Mazel Tov again. I hope Daddy and Mommy.
And I wish you all the best, and for the parents, lots of luck. And I hope to be on your wedding, Mirz Hashem. Good luck. Goodbye.
With me together.
kindly rise and help welcome our co-stars, Judy, Alex, Gabriella, Azriel, and Aliza, and especially our guest star, Zeva. Everybody on the dance floor, Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time for your cooperation and your attention directed towards the Motzi area. Amen. Tables are open for your dining pleasure exclusively, and please note.
Yeah, baby doll. Hey, what do you want?
Mazel tov, Zeva. Mazel tov, Zeva. Mazel tov, Zeva.
Mazel tov, and I know I'm really annoying, and you can push me as long as you want.
Oh, hi. My name is Honey Bernstein, and whatever you know, I'm being really cautious because there was this boy. He's going to spray something on me because Michal Newman is mad at me, and she doesn't want to talk to me. Any comment? Well, anyway, I shouldn't bother you with my troubles. Everything is absolutely beautiful. You look so nice, and everything is absolutely gorgeous, and happy bat mitzvah.
Mazel tov, Zeva. Your parents should have lots of nachas.
How sweet. Okay, Mazel tov, Zeva. What else should I say, Shani?
Yocheved, you have to speak.
Hi. Oh, she didn't speak. Yeah, let her.
Let me swallow.
Mazel tov, Zeva. It's really beautiful. You look gorgeous, and everything's really nice. Mazel tov.
Hi, I'm back again. And, oh wait, this is Sarah Shachley, who, as you can see, her beautiful platter of food. She's really enjoying herself. Here's Sarah Shachley, folks.
Hi, Zeva. Mazel tov. You look great. I'm picking out. No.
They're taking advantage of it.
No. It's great. Everything looks beautiful, and have a great time.
Mazel tov on your bat mitzvah. You look great. Yeah, whatever. This is the yellow Brzezinski speaking. Hello. How are you today? Well, I'm sorry it didn't look, but I don't know what's going on. I just like talking to my friends. I'm going to be talking for a long time. Okay. Today is November 1st, and okay, just whenever, Mazel tov. I don't want everybody to fall asleep, but it's not my fault, so hello, goodbye, no comment. I'm sorry, it's not my fault, goodbye.
Okay. Hi, Zeva. Happy bat mitzvah. Okay. Okay, tell your sister I adore your sister's dress. Let me tell you, I love it. She just wait, I'm not finished. This is your memory candle. There's no water in it because it fell out. Because you see, what happened was all the water decided to come out. I don't know why, and we decided to take it out from here and put it into here. And I'm not finished. And then we took this out of this, and I'll give it to you later. Okay? Happy bat mitzvah! No, wait, I have to say one more thing.
Well, that's Naomi. Now here's Elisa. Give it back to me after. Because I have to say something. Say something long.
You guys getting bored out.
Here. Say hello. Say hello.
Hi. Hi. 1, 2.
Guys, say something.
Happy bat mitzvah, Zeva.
It doesn't talk.
To me because
Hi, I'm back!
No, you're not. Goodbye.
God doesn't like me. He does. He hears it. Yeah,
I didn't get to talk.
and now a different side of my friend.
Happy bat mitzvah, Zeva.
Oh. Okay. Shut up.
May your life be like toilet paper, long and useful, and may your husband be like Maxwell House, stark and rich. Mazel tov.
Zeva, I hope you like our song later. And I'm sorry you don't like the tune. And Mazel tov, and you look beautiful.
And she's blushing.
You're blushing.
Hi, Zeva. Mazel tov. You look great.
Hi, Zeva. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Zeva, and I hope you have a great bat mitzvah.
Mazel tov, Zeva. Thanks for inviting me.
Mazel Tov, Zeva. I thank you for a lot of things, and now's the time to thank you for inviting me to your bas mitzvah.
You say, come on, say, I am so happy to be on my sister's bar mitzvah.
Look to the camera.
Oh, to the camera? Okay. Come on, Isabel. I'm so happy to be on our granddaughter's bar mitzvah and to see a lot of naches from all the grandchildren. Now, go back. You say Mazel Tov, Isabel. Say Mazel Tov. Isabel, say Mazel Tov.
Oh, pretty. I'm very happy to be here, even though I feel a little bit out of place, but I'm very happy to be here anyway. And I want you to get up and I want you to dance because you should. Because you should dance. You should. You have to dance. You should dance. Bye.
Zeva, you look so pretty. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov. And many, many more. You look so beautiful.
Hi, Zeva. You look gorgeous. I'm having a great time. Mazel Tov. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Zeva, Mazel Tov. You look great. I'm having a great time.
Zeva, Mazel Tov. You look so good. I'm having such a fun time. Happy birthday.
Zeva, although I've only been in the family a short while, I've heard a lot about you and wonderful things, of course. Mazel Tov to you, and enjoy life.
Mazel Tov, Zeva, and to your families, good luck. Mark.
We're skipping Linda because she's a little shy, but we just want to wish you a Mazel Tov. And now we're going to pass you to the rest of the table who's been dying for this opportunity.
Mazel Tov, Zeva. You were one of my better babysitting jobs.
Wendy, you could speak too. I would like to wish a Mazel Tov to Zeva. Even though we don't see you much anymore, we always still think about you, and I'd like to wish you a very big Mazel Tov.
Hi Zeva, Mazel Tov on your bat mitzvah. We're glad to be here to share with you and hope to see you at many of the simchas to come. Thanks.
Zeva, on behalf of the gross contingency, I would like to express a hearty Mazel Tov on your bat mitzvah. I think this is such a nice affair. Next year, when you become bar mitzvah, I think we should do it again. Zeva, you know what we think about you. Therefore, I can't wait to hear your pshetel. And of course, we're going to hear your lane ret later. So we're very anxious to hear all of that. But please, let's save it after we finish eating. And now, I will give you your favorite aunt to say a couple beautiful words.
Mazel Tov, Zeva. It's really a beautiful party, and we're having a great time. And Mazel Tov to you. One moment.
Mazel Tov, Zeva.
I'm going to pass down.
From your favorite uncle, who you don't get to see too much, but enough of. We would like to wish you Mazel Tov and best wishes, and thank you, and hope to see you again at another simcha. Mazel Tov. Say Mazel Tov. Say.
Mazel Tov, Zeva, and Mazel Tov to everybody in Queens who's affiliated or associated. Mazel Tov to Bobby Lonnie and Bobby Feige and Zaida Dave, and you'll hear it on the video. Don't mix in. You don't have to interrupt, Isaac. I object. You have objections, do it in court. Mazel Tov to everybody, and Mazel Tov Mylach and Lonnie and Feige and David and Judy and Alex and everybody else and all the good doobies. I said Maishi and Judy.
Mazel Tov, Zeva, from the Long Island contingent. There was traffic on the Grand Central, but we made it all the way from Long Island.
Thanks.
And mazel tov to Mama, mazel tov to Papa, and we'll dance again at the chasana.
Mazel tov, Zeva, from all of us.
Mazel tov, Maishi, Judy, and Zeva, and the whole family from all of us back in Passaic. Mazel tov.
All right, you gotta talk. Go ahead. Say mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention for a minute, please? Or for several minutes? Want to sing, right? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you so much. We're all gathered here today really due to many hours of hard work by Judy. It was really a labor of love. Without all her exertions, we would not all be sitting here today. All of this happened nearly 12 years ago. The result of all those efforts was that Zeva Yael arrived on the scene. She didn't fidget much. She was calm and quiet. Didn't even seem nervous to make a grand entrance. Zeva did very well in shul yesterday. She was able to enter and exit without incident. On behalf of my family, I want to thank Rabbi Krauss for all the kind words that he said yesterday. Now, the worst thing that can happen to a speaker is for someone to get up before her to steal her thunder and her material. To prevent this, and to keep her from getting more nervous on the sidelines, I'd like Zeva to come up here now and tell you about this important achievement in her life. Let me present to you the star of our show, Zeva.
Dear parents, grandparents, sisters and brother, family and friends. Boy, what a long introduction. When I realized that I had to make a bat mitzvah speech, I really didn't think it was such a big deal. I know how to read, no matter what my parents feel. Someone will write me a cute speech, and I'll just read it. I was very surprised when my father informed me that I had to be an active participant in the speech writing process. What could I do? I decided to speak about Avraham Avinu. We all know exactly who he is. We hear about him quite a lot in these parshios, Lech Lecha, Vayera, Chaysacha, Chaysara, etc. He was the first one to work to find the true Hashem. He had a difficult job and had to endure many tests. These tests are commonly referred to as the 10 tests of Avraham. I said to myself, what's the big deal? In my short and not yet distinguished career in Beis Yaakov, I too have to endure many tests, a lot more than 10. So what's the big deal? As a matter of fact, how many of us really know what 10 tests are? I looked it up. Here is the list of the 10, according to the rabbi. Lech Lecha, Hashem tells Avraham to leave. Hunger in Canaan, Sarah captured by Paro, fighting the 4 kings, having to marry Hagar, Bris Milah, Sarah captured by King of Gor, kicking out Hagar, kicking out Ishmael, and Akedah Yitzchak. Sure, they're tough, but he was Avraham Avinu. He spoke to Hashem. He was capable of fighting 4 entire nations with almost no help. What was so special about these tests? Let's just look at the first test, Lech Lecha, this week's parsha. Hashem says, go, and if you go, I'll give you a tremendous reward. Another one of these tests was kicking out Hagar. Again, what is the big deal? Hashem comes and tells him to listen to his wife and throw out Hagar and her and Kid Ishmael. You see, the mother always knows best. I think that part of Abraham's greatness and why these really were a difficult test was because Abraham was the first Jew, the first and only person of his time to seek and find Hashem. Whenever a question or situation arose about some choices that had to be made, Abraham had really no one to go to for help. He had no one to help him study for the test. He was the only God-fearing Jew around. He had no teacher or parent or grandparent to consult with. That's what made all of these tests so difficult. He had to prepare for them and take them all by himself. As I now become a bat mitzvah, a person who must now decide things by myself, take my own personal risks, and make many of my own choices. I realized how blessed I am by having 4 grandparents who survived one of the most brutal tests ever to face the Jewish people. They had to endure all of the horrors of the brutal Nazis. They had to undergo a Lech Lecha to leave Europe and come to this country and reestablish not only families, but Jewish families. This is the true story of Abraham: immigration, war, hunger, and reestablishment. They are always there to provide love, guidance, and often, most importantly, cake, whenever I need it. For this, all of us need to be grateful. My parents, thank God, sent me to a yeshiva where I can seek guidance from my teachers in both the secular and Jewish studies department. Summer and Morashah ain't bad either. Now to my sisters and only brother. First, let me begin by announcing publicly that I am now officially entitled to my own telephone. Also, did you notice that in the story of Vayera, when the 3 angels come to Avram, he speaks to the most important one, the middle. Enough said. But seriously, I want to thank you, Gabriella, for chauffeuring me around, even if it is in the old family Buick and not in a shiny new sports car. It really helps to have an extra driver. Aliza, I want to thank you for letting me share your room and school. It is so much fun to be the big sister and pick you up from your kindergarten class. Azriel, even though you are my only brother, you really are my friend. Thanks for teaching me how to rollerblade and for being my own personal movie and video critic. Now for my parents. First, my father. What can I say? Now for my mother. Thank you, Mommy, for this beautiful occasion. I know that many hours of planning and much effort went into accomplishing it. I really appreciate it, but most of all, let me thank you for being there to guide me so that I can grow up to be a Bat Torah and a great daughter and granddaughter. Thank you all for listening to me. Transcripts are available.
That challenge was good. Thank you, Zeva. You did very well. You made us all feel very proud. What was especially wonderful was that you did a lot of that by yourself. How can you follow that? Actually, it's quite simple. Especially when you live in a neighborhood that has an active and vibrant young Israel, with not only a rabbi who can command and earn respect whenever he speaks in shul or at a simcha, but also a rebbitzin who doesn't particularly like that title, who has that same ability. Our neighborhood has evolved a new tradition, which is long in coming, but really needed the right person to implement it. We have that person, and now the rebbitzin is invited to speak at smachot such as these. Whenever Esther Krauss does speak, it's always well thought out and received, whether it's a Shalhevet program or a neighborhood group bat mitzvah project that Zeva participated in. To prove just how right I am and just how good she is, allow me to introduce to you Esther Krauss. Oh, I wrote you a speech. I wrote you one.
You wrote it already. It's difficult to follow such an act, Zeva. We were really all very proud of you. I'm tempted to start by saying, and now Zeva, what can I say? But I guess I won't leave it at that. A few months ago, Zeva, I had the privilege of working with you and a number of your friends, lovely young ladies who are sitting here today, on a bat mitzvah celebration. And the topic, if you remember that far back, and I'm sure you do, was the topic of the Chagim. We learned at that time, and I'm going to refresh your memory in case you don't remember all the particulars, we learned at that time of the mitzvah that we actually performed for a very long time, or especially those of us who were in the kitchen a lot, over the last few weeks, and that is the mitzvah of v'samachta b'chagecha. The mitzvah of being joyful on the Chagim. And the Sefer HaChinuch points out, makes a very interesting observation. He says that every person, a human being, has a need to express joy, has a need to celebrate, has a need to express joy both in physical, in external ways, by dancing, by singing, by eating good food, by wearing beautiful clothes, and has a need to express internal joy, each one individually in the way that's most suited to them. Comes along the Torah and gives us a mitzvah, v'samachta b'chagecha. And the Sefer HaChinuch says that what the Torah is trying to do, Ziva, is trying to take the natural inclination. Judaism believes in the natural inclination of man, that which man is inclined to, humanly inclined to, that too can be elevated. So the Torah says, take those things that one naturally wants to do and elevate them and sanctify them and make them into a mitzvah. If you come to think of it, Ziva, what's this party all about? You and your family gave all of us the opportunity to eat good food, to dress up in our finest clothing, to dance and to sing, to celebrate, and all at a Seudat mitzvah in honor of your bar mitzvah. That is a very important lesson that I think that we can take with us on this day of your bas mitzvah, Ziva. But there is one condition that the Torah adds to this, and that is, the Torah says, "V'samachta b'chagecha ata u'bincha," your family, "v'halevi v'hager v'hayasom v'almana b'sharecha." That at the time in which you express this celebration, you would also have to reach out to those who are less fortunate and to include them. Because any celebration, any joy that is completely selfish is not a true Jewish celebration. I think, however, that there is a further lesson that we can learn from this. Not only that this is a mitzvah, that this is a Seudat mitzvah. I think it's safe to say, Ziva, and I think that we all would agree, that innate in man is not only the need to be joyous, to celebrate, and to be happy, but innate in man is the need to somehow reach out and communicate with the Ribono Shel Olam. In each and every one of us, there is a need to reach out to Kedusha, to holiness. As a matter of fact, last week we read in the Sedra that Cain and Hevel brought offerings. They were not commanded to do so, but one of the first things that they did was the need to express a communication with the Ribono Shel Olam. And that this, what I would like to leave with you, Ziva, is that that need, just as the need to be joyous and to celebrate, is channeled through mitzvah. The need to reach out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the need to communicate with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, can also be channeled into everything that one does in one's life. And therefore, Ziva, I know, I'm confident that coming from the home and the family and the parents and the grandparents that you come from, that regardless of what you will choose to do with your life, and this year of the, politically they say that this is the year of the woman, certainly you are fortunate to live at a time that there are many, many options open to you. Whether you choose to follow a career such as law, or you choose to stay home and bake cookies, or you choose, as most of us, to combine the two of those, I'm sure that whatever you choose to do, it will be elevated and sanctified. You will invest and infuse into it Kedusha and holiness and Torah. And in that way, and of course, you will also reach out to the community at large, and you will invest it with chesed. So both my bracha and my hope and my confidence is, Ziva, that you will, as you take on the responsibilities of becoming a member of the Jewish community, that you will invest that effort with both joy, with celebration, with happiness, as you are experiencing today, and that you will invest everything that you do, Ziva, with Kedusha, with holiness, with Torah, and with concern for your fellow Jew and for your fellow man. Mazel tov, Ziva, to you and to your parents and to your grandparents.
Dear parents, family, and friends, well, here we are, all gathered here to share a milestone in our family, Ziva's bat mitzvah. There's Parshas Noach that we read yesterday and that the rabbi spoke about, and this week is Parshas Lech Lecha, or we could speak about Chagim, but I decided to speak about Parshas Vayishlach. I'm doing this because that's when Ziva's real birthday is, and even more importantly, I heard a great thought for that particular parsha. I'll set the scene. As we all know, Yaakov is forced to leave his parents' home and to run off to an uncle's house because of something to do with a bowl of porridge and some blessings and stuff like that. I'm sure you've all seen the movie. On the way, he spends a couple of years at a well-known yeshiva. No, not Beis Yaakov or MTA or YCQ or even Har Torah. Anyway, he's gone from home for about 36 years. In that period, he's gotten very married. He has 12 sons and at least one daughter. He's accumulated great flocks and much wealth. Now, after all of this time, he's about to meet with his brother. He's very apprehensive about this meeting. He sort of prepares for it, his own version of Desert Storm. First, he sends diplomatic emissaries to the enemy. Then he tries some good old-fashioned bribery. And the last stage is to divide his family and his possessions in case of a battle. The meeting finally does occur. Brother sees brother after 36 years. They sort of embrace and kiss, and the Torah quotes the following conversation. Esav asks Yaakov, Mi eile lach. Rashi knows that we're not too good in Hebrew, so he translates it for us, and he says, Mi eile liyos shalach. Who are these people that they belong to you? Yaakov responds to this question by saying, Hayiladim asher chanan elokim li. These are the children that God has given me. Let's stop for a second in our narration and just look at the two characters that we're talking about. We know that both of these people are very, very talented verbally. They're great debaters. Esav has the Torah even testify to his verbal ability. We know that he was able to fool his father Yitzchak with that ability. The Torah says, Ki tzayid b'fiv. He used to be able to hunt with his mouth and his words. And Yaakov Avinu, he also wasn't a slouch when it came to talking, because we also know in the Torah, when Yitzchak said to him, who are you? He wittily responded, Ani, Esav b'charcha. I am, Esav is your firstborn. Now these two silver-tongued people meet. After all of these years, one says to the other one, who are these to you? Looking at all the people that were assembled there. And Yaakov says, well, these are my kids that God gave me. Now, we can look at this very superficially and say the Torah is simply recording a conversation that occurred between two people. But we know that the Torah doesn't waste its time, nor would it be so involved with exactly what was said, nor would Rashi try to explain it to us even more. So we really have to understand what was being asked and what was being answered. Esav really is trying to pick a fight with Yaakov. And in fact, it's not even a new fight. It's an old fight. He says to Yaakov, remember the time that you finagled those brachas from our father? What was our deal? Our deal was that you get Olam Haba and I get stuck with Olam Hazeh. That was our deal. And in light of that deal, what are these kids doing with you? Because Esav saw kids as simply an extension of Olam Hazeh. There were farmhands to work the fields. There were soldiers to fight the battles. That's all the children represented to Esav. They were functions simply of Olam Hazeh. Yaakov understood the thrust of the question and answered it, I don't feel that way. I feel that these are the children that Hashem gave me. Children are basically a function of Olam Haba. They're much more than simply labor. When a Jewish child accepts the responsibility of mitzvot, of learning Torah, of having midos tovot, or tovos, and his parents and grandparents are only there to shep nachas, and they also amass brownie points in heaven. That's why we teach our children, or we try to teach our children, the right derech, the correct path. Zeva, I'm going to direct this part of the speech to you. We're going to forget about all these other people that are out there, because they're really unimportant. But if anyone wants to listen, please feel free. You like to read the book the Medrash says. I'll tell you a secret in front of everybody. So we're going to use that as the source book. You know that when Sarah undergoes a name change, pretty soon she's going to cease being called Sarai, and Hashem is going to add a hey and remove the yud, and she's going to be called Sarah. Now, your book says that the yud flew up to Shemayim and said, hey, that's not fair. Why'd you do that to me? I'm a poor, defenseless, small little letter. Is that why you picked on me? You kicked me out of the Torah? That's really not right. So Hashem says to the yud, don't worry. Right now, you're being taken out, but later on, in Chumash Devarim, I'm going to put you back. Not only are you going to be in the Torah, but you're going to cease being the last letter in somebody's name, Sarai, and you're going to be the first letter in somebody else's name, because Moshe changed Hoshea's name to Yehoshua. That's what the Medrash tells us, and with this the Yud was happy. But we have to understand, is it? I mean, it's just a cute little fairy tale story for children, or is there something more involved? The Yud complained, the Yud answered. What is all of this about? Let's now look, when did Moshe change Hoshea's name to Yehoshua? Moshe said to Hosea at the time, you are now about to go be a spy with these other 11 people. You're going to spy Eretz Yisrael. I want you to come back and give me a report about Eretz Yisrael. But Moshe, being a pretty smart guy, realized that these guys were going to come back with not such a great report. And he was afraid that Yeshua would become a follower. And whatever they're going to say, he's going to repeat. Because who were these people? These were not just 10 people off the street. These were the 10 Nesiim of Israel. They were among the biggest Gedolim at that time of Bnei Yisrael. So Moshe was afraid that Yeshua would simply follow whatever they said. So he wanted to give Yehoshua strength, so he added a Yud to his name to give him power and ability to combat these 10 people. But now let's look at this Yud. Where did this Yud come from? From whom did he take a Yud, and why did he take it from there? You have to remember who Sarai was. Sarai in the Chumash is the one person who says, you know what, outside influences are a bad thing. I have to make sure that my family grows up the right way. When she saw Hagar, and she saw Hagar's child, she said, this ain't no way for my son to grow up. She kicked him out of the house. She said, bad influences I don't want. And to such a degree that Avram was overwhelmed. Avram said, how can you do this? This is a mother, this is a child. How can you simply throw her out? And he complained, and he didn't understand, such that Hashem had to come and tell him, as you said in your 10 Nisyonos, you listen to Sarai. Sarai knows what she's doing. She's protecting her family. She's right. So that's where Moshe got the Yud from this person to protect Hosea from these outside influences. Now, there's one chapter of Tanakh that even I know, and most people here know that I know nothing about Tanakh. It's the last chapter in Mishlei. And as a matter of fact, almost everybody in this room knows this last chapter of Mishlei. Even you know this last chapter of Mishlei. In that we say, Darshat Semer Vafishtim, she seeks, you know the part? No, yeah? Okay. She seeks to find wool and flax. Two very nice, and the Medrash says, again your book, that this refers to Sarah. What does that mean? Semer is a very nice thing. Wool is a nice garment. Pishtim, flax is also very nice. Linen is very nice. But if you put them together, you get shatnez. So if you mix the wrong kind of things, that's where you have a problem. Each individually might be fine and great, but you have to be careful of that which you do. And that's what Sarah Imenu was. She is that person. That's why Hosea got that name. As you said in your speech, it's now time for you to accept responsibility for your choices and actions. Remember that, and remember all these medrashim and all about these people who influence you in your actions. I also want to thank Zeva, and I also want to join Zeva, in thanking all of those good influences who are able to join us here tonight and to help our family celebrate this great simcha. My parents, my in-laws, Rabbi and Rebbetzin Krause, and all of our extended family and friends. Furthermore, I want to join Zeva in thanking those special people who really made this evening possible. First and foremost, I want to thank my parents for all their effort in trying to make a mensch out of me. We all know that many traits in heredity skip a generation. So my hope is that they'll see nachas that they so richly deserve in all of their grandchildren. My in-laws are also among those special people who must be thanked. It is really an amazing thing that they're always with us, whether they're in far-off Florida or just down the block. You can always count on them, even if it's just for telling a small Moshel and Yankala story. Many times we take for granted those people and things that we need the most, simply because they're always there. Now, here's a question. Do I have to thank Ziva's siblings? Let's see. All right. First of all, thank you for all the babysitting, sometimes without even charging us for it. Thanks for helping take care of Ziva and Eliza, often against your wishes and better judgment. Thanks for going to get pizza or ordering it in when supper just wasn't a priority. And thanks for sometimes doing your best in school. Eliza, what can I say about this night creature? Just thanks for keeping us young and making us smile. Thank you all for joining us and for listening to me. May we only share in smachot.
our chickeners on the floor. Ross Perot would be very proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the serious part of our evening. Gabriela and Azriel would like to say a few words about their brother. But we're going to wait until everybody sits down as per Judy.
We hope you'll all enjoy our little narration. Since Azriel and I can neither dance nor sing, we put together a poem that has a special ring.
We hope that Eliza will say her part. She's practiced hard right from the start. She has to hold the paper just so to read exactly how the words go.
Zeva's our sister, as you all know. Are we jealous? Maybe yes, maybe no. She's got lots of friends and a pretty new phone. When it comes to clothes, it's
Long. She's in 7th grade with many teachers and books. But when it's time for homework, she barely looks. Mom would love for the TV to break. The mere thought makes us shake.
Let's not forget the school uniform. Yellow, blue, and white's the way to conform. Believe it or not, Zeva's quite elated. But why were closets and hangers created?
Cakes, cookies, fresh baked or from a tin. When Mom sees her eating, it puts her in a spin. Bobby's, Lonnie, and Feige don't see what's wrong. They feel we should eat all day long.
Rollerblades, Newcomb, dodgeball, any kind of sport. You'll find Zeva wherever there's a court. She's a wonderful sport and quite a good player. Does the YI have a team that might pay her?
Dear Zeva, it's time to say that we love you.
Even if we cry and fight, it's still true. In our eyes and in our hearts, you're the very best. We're glad to share simchas with you and the rest. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Watch the wire. Watch the wire.
Don't wait, should I stay?
No, it's okay. All right? I'm standing right next to you. I will stand right next to you and help you. Okay?
I don't need you to help.
Here's the paper. Okay? Ready?
Zeva's my sister.
Nobody can hear you. Louder.
No, not that.
Okay.
Zeva's my sister. I love her so. She picks me up in my class when it's time to go. She puts me on the bus, even if I make a fuss. We share a room. Yes, that's right. Even if I don't sleep there every night. On Shabbos, Mom wants us to go to shul, but I would rather go to school. Zeva, you won't go to junior congregation, but I hope you like the celebration. Mazel tov and all the rest. As a sister, you're the best. Tonight, let's all go and have some fun.
You skip the part. Now you want to introduce your friends? Introduce your friends.
Yeah, there's 5.
Introduce them.
Oh, we should go first. Yeah.
Now, my friends, Yael, Rina, and Racheli are now going to say a song.
Sing, not sing.
Wait.
I'll help.
Tell me when to go. 1, 2, 3.
Zeva, we're here to celebrate your bat mitzvah, a special date. We thought we'd take a moment or two to share our memories with you. Zeva, you really are the best, rollerblading all over Hillcrest. Even though you don't go to our school, we still think you're very cool. Kew Garden Hills is where you'd rather be, but here you have Rina, Kelly, and me. We laugh and giggle and have a good time and specialize in bat mitzvah rhymes. Blockbuster is your home away from home, enjoying life and talking on the phone. Zeva, where would you be without Luke Perry? Mazel tov, Zeva, we hope you have a ball with Bobby's and Zaidi's friends, one and all. We are so happy to share in this day and wish you the best in your ways. Mazel tov. Wait.
Now Jocelyn will join them for a memory candle.
For the lighter guy. Don't make... No, it's very important.
We have a memory candle that shows all the important parts of Ziva's bat mitzvah, and we're about to light it.
We interrupt this celebration to bring on the not ready for primetime players.
They have to wait.
This is coming to you very live.
We'll decide that.
Judy was a young girl growing up in Bayonne. The Steinbergs were afraid that she would end up alone. Little did they know that when her Barsha would come, he'd be the only white boy in all of Harlem. Alex, Judy, Rasmus, one and all, we're here for Ziva and plan to have a ball. Do you remember how your parents met? A blind date, 1 week, then the wedding was set. Judy was adventurous and she planned to roam. Then why is it she's living only 4 blocks from home? As Alex to explain why Hillcrest is his life, he answers in his usual way, try to get my wife. Alex, Judy, Rasmus, one and all, we're here for Ziva and plan to have a ball. Judy finally got the chance to go far and wide, but Monroe every Wednesday was a pretty long ride. The matcha coffee Alex drinks required a big pot. A new kitchen was built to provide instant hot. Judy now has all the space a good cook could need, but to maintain veteran looks, her family she won't feed. Alex, Judy, Rasmus, one and all, we're here for Ziva and plan to have a ball. We hope the menu has a choice of some sort of fish, so Alex can be sure to have his favorite ice cream dish. Gabriella always ready to drive you anywhere. As Ria's telling jokes, you may not want to hear. Alisa says some stories, never let you sleep. Ziva, have you managed your sanity to keep? Alex, Judy, Rasmus, one and all, we're here for Ziva and plan to have a ball. Ziva's always full of fun and way above par. Keep her in mind to find your stolen car. Bobby, Zaidi, Ziva, and Mishpacha, we wish you Mazel, Nachas, and Bracha. Ziva, we're so proud of you and think you are great. A special Bar Mitzvah, you really do great.
Shani and Ayala. And Sarah.
That's it, right?
And Shoshana.
And Shoshana.
And
And
I
Rabbi
didn't do
Newman.
anything, but... And me!
And you. And
And
you.
Naomi.
You. Okay.
Okay.
Who's the spokesman for this group?
Me.
No.
No, I don't want to have it.
Somebody.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Shani knows how to talk.
Johnny, go over there. Go over and talk. I'll light it, you talk. Come on this side. Sarah, come on this side.
Sorry.
Come on this side. Sarah, come on this side.
I talk well.
Come.
No, I want to.
Quickly.
We'll talk together. I'm holding. I got it.
Quickly.
Ziva, Mazel Tov and your bat mitzvah. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. This is from all of us here for you to remember your bat mitzvah date forever. It's beautiful.
Right.
Look.
Quickly.
Ziva, I hope you really appreciate this because we really worked hard and did a lot of things. We also ruined the bathroom. Okay. No, but we cleaned it up.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Ziva, blow it out and make a wish.
That was us. Thank you.
And now for our last speaker of the evening, one of the most important, here's Bobby Feige. Girls, out of the way. Let's go, quick.
Dear Judy and Alex and Zivala, we want to wish you all a Mazel Tov, and we are very happy to have such a beautiful night from all our grandchildren. Mazel Tov, and that's it.
Yeah, you did better than me, Mom. Come on,
Are we done?
On behalf of Sydney and Mary, I'd like to wish Mazel Tov to Alan and Flo on the bat mitzvah of their daughter Talia. The beautiful affair. She laid beautifully. Mother looked good. Father looked okay. And now, a word from our sponsor. Sydney, say a few words.
It was a short time ago in Great Neck Synagogue, November 20th maybe. Mary was wearing a black velvet dress at your wedding. We had a wonderful time. I'm glad to be here again, in Yirtzeh Hashem, at the next chasana for Gabriella.
Like to wish the entire mishpacha, the Rousman family, a big mazel tov on the bat mitzvah of Zeva. The best of luck. I'm sure it was a beautiful affair. And my wife, you'll catch her later on the video. Mazel tov again. Here's Bob.
I just want you to know Alan has been here for 1 minute. He's eating already. Anyway, Mazel Tov, Ziva, and the best. And last but not least, if you put me at Sydney's table for Elisa's bat mitzvah, I am not coming. Mark that down.
Mazel Tov.
That was it?
Sam is taking over.
What more can you add to that, Sam?
Judy, it was great to find out that you came from Bayonne. We're having a great time. It's a great table. Very interesting people. We wish you and Alex and the whole mishpacha Mazel Tov, and we look forward to sharing lots of simchas with you.
Shelly, thank you. Mazel Tov, all you Rousmans. You're making a beautiful, beautiful affair. Your nachas should just be as beautiful as tonight was. Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Ziva.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me my opportunity to wear my pink shirt, since I'm the only guy here without a white shirt, and I know my wife hates it, but you have pink cotton candy to match it, so I know I must be in style. Mazel Tov to everybody.
Mazel Tov.
Bravo. And with that, let us all wish you good night.
Mazel Tov, Judy and Alex, on your beautiful...
Make like you've been here for a long time. She had a wonderful time.
It's a beautiful bat mitzvah. Very happy to be here. She had many simchas. The food was delicious. The song was great. And what else can we say? It's beautiful. Mazel Tov.
Judy and Alex, Mazel Tov. And I'm sorry my wife couldn't come, and she sent the best regards. Thank you very much.
From Fran and Harvey.
Mazel Tov, Ziva, on your bat mitzvah. And we still remember how adorable you were marching down at our wedding. And we hope, Mertz Hashem, to see you as a kala at your wedding.
Okay, lots of mazel.
Now he
Pepsi. Now we need a judge or two.
A judge!
Adults preferred.
A judge! Moshe! Moshe, be a judge. The guy. Alan!
We're judging.
Hey, you have to go.
Oh, Alan, you're judging.
Okay. We're ready to do this for real. He's our impartial judge. Are you ready? He's our impartial judge. You are ready. Check the insurance policy.
It's your spot.
Okay. Do over. Do over.
Very good. Don't look at everybody else. Just think.
Pepsi.
Moshe, you don't have to really sit on her. Give her a break, Moshe.
Dr. Pepper.
I think it's your husband. Judy.
How's your back?
Excuse me?
Everyone looks good.
Shall we?
Sprite. Seven up. Okay, ready. Little James Brown.
But a big James Brown.
We were tonight with a girl.
Pepsi. No, we're gonna get down to the last. Who wants to run with me?
Say thank you all for coming to my mitzvah. I had a wonderful time. I really had a lot of fun. Bye. Thank you all for coming.